Now, National Executive Committee approved eligibility provisions. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, pursuant to Article 54 of the party's constitution, the National Executive Committee has approved the following general provisions under Section H of the guidelines for the elections. 1. Any person seeking to contest for a party position who currently holds an office to which he or she was appointed by the president or government must resign from that office at least 6 clear months before filing nomination forms. I take that again. Any person seeking to contest for a party position who currently holds an office to which he or she was appointed by the president or government must resign from that office at least 6 clear months before filing nomination forms. 2. Chairpersons or members of boards or persons is in an analogous position are exempt from this restriction. Why? Because they are not full-time employees. So those who are full-time employees are affected, and the following are those who are affected. The affected officers under paragraph 1 include, they are not limited to: A. Ministers and deputy ministers. B. Chief executive officers, managing directors, their deputies, or analogous officers. C. Metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives. So those are the 3 main categories that we mentioned. I take them again. The affected officers under paragraph 1 include, they are not limited to: A. Ministers and deputy ministers. B. Chief executive officers, managing directors, their deputies, or analogous officers. C. Metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives. Now, the official guidelines for the elections will from today be made public. So all of you will be able to have access to it. Now, for the avoidance of doubt and for absolute clarity, those intending to contest at the constituency level who fall in the category I just mentioned, the 3 categories I mentioned, those intending to contest at the constituency level shall resign by April 2026. Those intending to contest at the regional level shall resign by May 2026. And those intending to contest at the national level shall resign by June 2026. These provisions are firm, constitutional, and we enforce without exception. So please don't even bother to come and see whether you can plead to be exempted. There's no plea in this matter.
So registers or books are going to be returned to the branches between the period 30th of January to the 10th of February. The responsibility for this particular activity going to lie with the regional and the constituency secretariats. So they will be in charge of this very important assignment, the regional and constituency secretariats. Now the supervision of this will be done by the National, Regional, and Constituency Executive Committee. So take note of the difference. The regional and constituency secretariats will be in charge of the activity, that's the responsibility, to be supervised by the National, Regional, and Constituency Executive Committee. That's the first activity. Number 2, registration of new members, which will also be done together with the updates of the register. This very important activity, which has to do with registration of new members and an update of our register, the period scheduled for this is the 10th February through to the 30th of March. So 10th February to the 30th of March, the important assignment of registering new members for the party and to also update our register. The 4th activity is the picking of branch nomination forms. The picking of branch nomination forms. Now, this is going to happen between the period 2nd to 16th of May. So that will be a 2-week activity, 2 weeks. Between 2nd of May to the 16th of May, individuals interested in running for positions at the branch level will be given room to pick nomination forms. Now, their responsibility for this is going to be, first and foremost, we are going to create what we call a possibility for some of it to be done, online, we're going to ensure that the Constituency Executive Committee is in charge of this activity in terms of responsibility. Now, supervision of this will be at the level of the Regional Executive Committee. So the Regional Executive Committee will ensure that this picking of branch nomination form is done. Sometimes these are periods where people with, should I call it, vested interests sometimes try to prevent other people from getting funds because they think if they use those mafia ways, they can prevent people from running and they can hold on to those positions, or just a few people they want to be. So we want to ensure that that doesn't happen. So in many situations, we're going to ensure that the means by which people want to prevent others from picking form will deny them that opportunity.
Branch registers will be made available at every branch to enable members to verify their details. This applies to 1, existing members, 2, members of both existing branches and newly created branches formed during the 2024 elections. Branch executives are hereby directed to open their registers fully and transparently to members. Members must be given unhindered access to check their names and ensure that corrections, omissions, or additions are addressed appropriately. Let me state this unequivocally. Under no circumstances should the membership number of a deceased member be transferred or swapped for a new registrant. I want to take that again. Under no circumstances should the membership number of a deceased member be transferred or swapped for a new registrant. Any branch found to have violated this directive will face the severest sanctions prescribed under the Constitution of the party. The integrity of our register is non-negotiable.
The third activity has to do with what we call the register authentication. That's to make sure that the register across all of the branches properly, what we call, gone through, examined, to be sure we can say it is authentic. Now, so that third activity would happen between the period 2nd to 30th of April. 2nd to 30th of April. The responsibility will be that of the Constituency Executives Committee. That's our executive at the constituency level. Their job is to ensure that the registers are authenticated. The supervision of that activity will be done by the National, Regional, and the Constituency Executive Committee. So that's to ensure. So you can see in all this, you can see supervision is happening right from the very national level because this is critical. You get this wrong, every other thing goes wrong. So national is keeping a very close eye on it. The regional executive the same, working with the Constituency Executive Committee to ensure that all these processes are being properly supervised.
Yeah, so NDC has so many people. Our numbers are massive, millions of supporters. We have so many people capable of holding positions. It cannot be the situation where only 1 or 2 individuals are capable of holding both an appointed position in government and also a position at the level of the party. It just cannot be. So, God forbid, if any of us drop dead today, NDC has got so many more people who can hold our position and do an excellent job, if not even better job. So we must have the same principle at all. I think it's simply an issue of reducing the level of glitch. You understand? You're alone, one man with what's the problem? What's the problem? And so if you want to work for the party, you leave your position in government. Just come and contest and win. Then we know you are fully dedicated. But this situation where you are trying to be one leg here, one leg, even you notice, even constitutional review, it's even bringing the provision that even if you are a member of parliament, it's no more going to be permitted once it's approved for you to be both in parliament and in government at the same time. Why? You alone, why? So it's the same kind of principle. You want to work for the party, resign from whatever position you are, 6 months to town, and come and dedicate yourself and work for the party. And work for the party is a great word. Some of us, that's all we're doing. We are not in government, we are not holding in that position, fully dedicated to the party because that's a great job to be done. So if you feel that's a great job, join us and let's do that fully in order to help the country.
Yes, the General Secretary at the NDC political party no, and I attend in Kano, Fiifi Kwetey, honorable. As you see, is high the same way Ebeto Jano. Assemble who and Crofobibri Abisa, and say, well, honorable Sammy Gyamfi resign. Na okwako hodu that party position ana say obekọ so atena ho as Goldbod CEO. Ghana po bebre bisa sa question no, but all the time will tell. Or was Sisebre ya mene woka say up to say ending of May, because some say by June dear or per se will call for national position be na say why resign. What you see inti ye the ebeko because Sammy Gyamfi or ye national communications officer necessary anso ya man appointment as CEO for Goldbod. What you see it ought to be who do those kinds of positions no, and I say positions no me no. Yes, I was so what back eto na offer back say the Fiifi Kwetey e kan ye no ntofo bebre e wa NDC mo so betimi ahoro that position no eno nti ye hwe ba bi asusan e de brode ho no e be kwa kodu nti bi ne ba me na wase na mesra so nya subscribe ya na wa subscribe be like video na share ma wudi bi na ono so onya bi enhwe me na wase nyakopo nhira me na wo be hye bi see de macro bye bye.